we went through week 4. We went through week 5. I have one more topic I want to talk, but I think you and I are going to spend a lot of time on this. So let's get to
Absolutely.
it. Um, Touchdown Kelowna. As you said earlier, it looked like a lot of fun on TV.
Oh
I
yeah.
looked at. I actually went to BC's website, and it's. I mean, it looks like it's a big festival. It's a big family-oriented set of events. I
Mhm.
mean, not only they have the 2 games, they have concerts. They have. They have one thing I thought was really nice. I mean, you were talking last week about memories of your dad taking you to games and stuff. This would be a good thing for parents to take their kids to. They actually have breakfast with the BC Lions. You could
Whoa,
eat
that's
outside,
awesome.
and the players come out and say they showed videos. I guess it was like from last year preseason or whatever. They came out to like folding tables outside and eating scrambled eggs or whatever with fans, and then little kids come up, they sign stuff, and I mean that's I mean if you want to talk about like the commissioner, you want to get younger fans to respond, do more events like that, and because
Exactly.
little I mean you'll get like some 6-year-old little boy, his parents take him to that, and they meet meet the players from the Lions. They'll probably be fans for life after something like that, though. Because I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
it's like the one
Mhm.
story you told last week when you met the Hamilton player. I mean, he was nice to you, and he was, he saw you had the Pittsburgh jersey on and all that. I mean, it's
Mhm.
like to him, even though to him it's kind of like what CM Punk would say, it was another Tuesday. To you, young Bill Hall, you remember that for life, and that made you a CFL and a Tiger Cats fan for life too. I mean, little stuff like that, I mean, can go a long way.
Yeah, definitely like that. And I like, and that's one great thing about the CFL. They're connected with the fan and the communities of the area. And this is not just Kelowna; this is the whole league itself. And I feel like the commissioner need to capitalize more about that. And it's the problem of like if you really, and this is my down, this is my question to the CFL. If Kelowna is a big success, why don't you have the Argonauts play their games in Quebec or Halifax? Because I
Right.
guarantee you, 9 out of 10, and it show facts, years ago, Halifax fell out.
Mm-hmm.
And you touchdown Halifax, or I forgot what it called, touchdown Monarch, or where it is, Nova Scotia, as no matter what, they sold out. It was sold out, just like Kelowna or Victoria, all those little small venues, like stuff like that. And ask yourself, can these, and I ask myself it all the time, can these small towns, aka resort towns, can they fund a CFL team?
Mm.
You know?
Well, I think with Kelowna, I think what they should do, I don't think they can support a team year round probably because of the winters there. But I think what they can do is BC could play a game or two during the regular season, just so they can have like an event. Now with
Yeah.
Toronto, oh my god, I was so frustrated with this, and I saw in our group other people were too. Toronto not only are displaced playing at their stadium because of this doggone World Cup, their
Mm-hmm.
their flagship station preempted the Argos for World Cup soccer. Granted, it was Team Canada against South Africa, and Team Canada's doing really well. It's a historic run for them and all that. I get it. But
Yeah.
why don't you put on your website saying, listen, TSN, whatever AM numbers they are, we normally would be scheduling the game, but we'll be broadcasting on this station instead if you want to listen to us. If you want to listen to Canada versus South Africa, listen to that. I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
anything about that, Bill. And I know a lot of people who subscribe to SiriusXM, sometimes they'll be driving or they'll be, I don't know, working on their car or eating dinner or they just want the game in the background, they listen to the games that way. I'm wondering if they that the Sirius XM subscribers were able to hear through Toronto's. And now, I'm a cord cutter. I do not have access to CBS Sports Network. I wanted to listen to the Argos because it's their home announcers and they'd be cheering if the Argos are doing well. That didn't happen, obviously. So instead I went to Saskatchewan's radio, which they have a great broadcast, but Phil, I'll tell you what. I've never heard more commercials for farm supplies than I have for the Rough Riders. I swear to God. It's a different world there, man. But
it was like watching Monday Night Raw. Like half of it is all commercials, and it's commercials that don't mean anything.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it was the way they cover their team. I mean, they do it very well. I even saw on their radio station they had a YouTube. It was a video remote, and it had like their girl who hosts their pregame show. She was like doing that, and then they were like showing video interviews with some Rough Riders players and stuff. But the fact, I mean, Toronto, like you said, they could play in Halifax, they could play in Quebec City. Here's where I think they should have done. And to their defense, maybe the stadium isn't ready yet. They made that agreement with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills have a brand new stadium. Why wouldn't you talk to the Bills and say, hey, listen, man, can we play some games, some early season games there before your preseason starts? You don't think people in Buffalo would be curious to see what the stadium looks like, if nothing else? You don't think Toronto Argos fans would cross the border to go over there? Now, granted, Buffalo's actually closer to Hamilton, but still, there would be. I would think even Hamilton fans would probably want to go down there.
And people from Pittsburgh too, and like they're in a partnership, and like they're like a joint partners or something like that. I forgot what it is, like Buffalo, the Bills and Argos.
Yeah. They did a game last year where they had Jim Kelly and Doug Flutie signing autographs because they played for both teams, and it's like, and I remember some Argos fans were complaining that the MLSE store at Scotiabank Arena were selling more Bills merch than they were Argos. So I mean, I don't know.
Like even half of that stadium, you would make money. That's crazy. Like, that's a very good idea that I haven't even thought about. That would have been perfect. And I'm surprised they didn't talk about that. Like, okay, let's have. But I know how the NFL works, and they're like, oh, if the first team going to be in the stadium, it ain't going to be the Argonauts. It's going to be playing. It'll be the Buffalo Bills. But if they would ever, I just wish they had a better idea than this. This is like this is it's almost not fair. Every game they play, and then I'm a Hamilton game. Their home game, I think coming up, their home game against us is a home game to us. You know,
right?
Like, I asked myself, like, do they have like colleges around there? Like, why not they play there? Why?
Yeah, they have one in preseason. I don't understand why they don't play there, but I mean, there's a bunch of ways they can do that. I don't know.
It's like, I understand. I know. I say they should have a team in Quebec, but I know the big wigs, the big school in Quebec don't want any CFL in there. They all for CFL, but they don't want them to play in their stadium, which I think that's selfish in my eyes.
Right.
But again, you know, I forget what it's called, Laval University or something like that.
Yeah.
Laval University in Quebec have over a 15 to 20,000 seat stadium. You tell me, and then another thing, I have pictures of people who went to the Saskatchewan game with Argonaut fans, and they travel. And you tell me, and this is the problem, is they travel more than they go to home games.
I think what it is, I think they're just hardcores. There may be some fans that go to both. Go to home games, but then travel with the team too. Because the game I went to, Okay, their stadium holds probably about 20,000 without the extra World Cup seats. And there's probably maybe about 13 or 14 there. So, but I saw there were a lot of old heads, though, Phil. I mean, there were guys like our age range or older, and it's like they would have like old like pinball jerseys, and I saw one Toronto fan in the front row. She has prosthetic leg with like a bunch of old Argonaut logo stickers on it. She's like ringing a cowbell and cheering like crazy. But
it's like you couldn't scope out places, and that's the problem. That's the problem with certain these guys. They didn't want to put no effort. They knew this was going to happen. They knew, okay, they're going to play at BMO Stadium. We can't play at Rogers Center. We can't play at Toronto University. We can't play in Gulf. We can't play that. I would have went to other neighbor cities that have big stadiums like basketball. I ain't going to push that place, but it's like Ottawa or Ontario. Go to Windsor. I know they got a big school. I know they got a school there with a football field. I go to Niagara. I know they got a football team in Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls would be a lot of fun. If you and Brandy go up there, I recommend you spend some time there. I mean, that place is like Ocean City, Maryland, or Atlantic City on steroids. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That would be a good touchdown place to go.
I went up there for when the Steelers played Buffalo. We spent a night there in Niagara Falls, Canada. I love it there, and like I don't know if they have a team in Niagara Falls, but I'm just saying, fine. Hell, you can have a team in Niagara Falls if you really want to, but I don't know where they're gonna put the stadium at. But you can have. I forgot. There's another city in Ontario. It starts with an M. It looked like Mississippi, but I'm not.
Mississauga, I think it is something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was talking to somebody. I don't know if it was our group or another group. He was talking about electric football, and he said, "I'm going to test. I have 2 games. I'll test them out if you want to pick one up while you're up there, And he said, I'll text you or whatever, So yeah, I think that's like between Hamilton and Toronto, but it's like I think it's south of Toronto, but it's closer to Toronto probably.
Yeah, and it's like there's so many places you can do, and it's not even. It's a shame that you have this team. This is supposed to be your mothership team. This should be your. Like every team got your top team. Like the NFL got the Dallas Cowboys. The NBA got the New York Knicks. No matter what, everyone should be watching this team no matter what. Toronto Argonauts is the CFL.
They're in their biggest city and their biggest market, and they're the headquarters of TSN and the league. So
and the way they coverage this, and this is CFL fault, and this is the TSN fault, is tragically bad. Like, I guarantee you, because it's overtook by soccer, NFL, and basketball, and baseball, Argonauts is like the seven most attraction in Toronto. And half of the people in the city don't even know that Toronto Argonauts won a championship a couple years ago.
Right. Even though if you go to their games, they have like 19 banners hanging. But I think what it is, it's Toronto has. I mean, Canada's like the U.S. They have a large immigrant population, but Canada. I mean, Toronto. It seemed like they have a lot of Hindi, a lot of East Asian, like Indian, Pakistani types there, and I think probably a lot of the younger fans are like more like soccer more than they do CFL. CFL seemed like they're older white and black fans, that at least when I went, but it was like So it might be a generational thing too with them, Phil. You know, what I mean, it's just that they like soccer and they like the Raptors, and they have a WNBA team starting next year. They might get fans to that too, and of course hockey's king. And then the Blue Jays. Well, the Blue Jays. What's interesting with them, they're the only MLB team in Canada, so they get a lot of people, a lot of baseball tourists, I think, from all over Canada, not just Toronto. So.
And another thing is, like, they have they have two basketball teams, and actually they have three basketball leagues. They had three basketball teams in Toronto. They have a G League team. They got a CWBL team, and these games and the Raptors, and all these games are sold out.
Huh. And then four count the WNBA team. They'll probably sell out initially.
Yeah, and then you got the Maple Leafs, their minor league team, the OHL team. You got the PWHL team.
Yep.
They sold out hand over fist. One of my buddies was talking about. One of my buddies, a big time Argo fan and Toronto fan from Toronto. They say they shut down the city because their minor league team won the Calder Cup.
Oh yeah, the Marlins. So, yep. Oh, shout out to them. Yeah, I knew they were in it. I didn't see how the result was. All right. Well, shout out to the Toronto Marlies. It's about time Toronto hockey team won a championship. So hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say, oh, good things are coming, and like, oh, our city, oh, we won the Raptors, oh, the Toronto, we got Gavin McKinnon, the kid from Penn State, and like things are coming. Like your Argos won the game last night. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, and that's the problem with that, and that's the reason why the true rivalry of the Hamilton and Toronto, because you got passionate Hamilton fans coming up to Toronto, and you got the passionate Toronto diehards, and they hate each other.
Right.
And the Hamilton take it more seriously, but the only just the diehard instead of Toronto's not taking it seriously,
Right.
Mm-hmm. But who knows? Like this is that's the. Like I say in all the podcasts, like Commissioner Johnson needs to find out, and I feel like Vancouver did it right. Well, BC did it right with the Kelowna thing.
No doubt.
Yeah. Now I have people who went to that game. They didn't have a good time. They say the people who had standing room, like eye level, it's like going. It's like like you. I don't know. You ever been to a golf event? Say for example, you're like in the middle of the crowd. You can't hardly see anything.
Mm.
Do show me a picture on Facebook. It's like a lot of people sitting like their eye level to the stadium, and like people, if you're not in the front, like 3 or 4 standing, you can't see anything.
Right. And I saw it looked like there were a lot of like I don't know if they were like corporate tents or whatever, but there were like a lot of tents along the sidelines by the end zones. It's probably nice as far as like food and drink, but they might have had trouble seeing as well. So yeah.
Yeah. And then I asked someone, and I also asked someone, shout out my man Paul. He the one got the Roku. He told me Kelowna is a wine country. So there's a lot of money, a lot of rich people go to Kelowna, and they're pretty much a big party,
And that's another reason Toronto should have a game somewhere there. That whole Lake Ontario, as you know, you've been out there a few times. That whole stretch from basically the U.S. border to Toronto, it's like Napa Valley. It is wine country. There are all you see are like basically you see water and you see grapes, and then maybe like a sign for Hamilton or another city now and then. But yeah, we went to one of them. We went to Wayne Gretzky's estates. That was an awesome place. I highly recommend that. But
it's like going to you go to Pittsburgh to go to New York, and you go up to 90, Route 90, and all it is from Erie to Buffalo is wine country.
Mm.
And like I say, like Toronto had a lot of options, and they did not. And I don't know, it's lazy on their behalf, or there's a lot of restriction to certain places. But you tell me you didn't have enough money, and plus you got Buffalo Bills backing you. You telling me you can't find a way to pull a place in any Ontario place or near Ontario? Like someone dropped the ball there.
No doubt, no doubt.
And that's the thing is, and people say, oh, we don't have the money. Like, give me a break. The Bills are backing you for everything. And I hate to say it, and I hate to say it because years and years, Toronto, for some reason, they find a way to get money to the stars, like from John Candy to Wayne Gretzky and the guy who owned the Kings who went to jail.
Right.
More and more, TSN, CBC, always funding them. And you tell me, and now you got the Bills is backing you, you tell me you can't find a way to get money to a university nearby you and play your games. And guess what? I like those from watching TV, I like intimate kind of games. You know?
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm maybe a minority to this. Like, I like watching games in internationals for the NFL. I like that. I like it. It's kind of like a Super Bowl of not a Super Bowl. And it's okay to have a different game in a different part of Canada. And you tell me those talent ain't going to be up for it, you're out of your mind. And you'd be surprised. And I tell you, you'd be surprised how many people is Argonauts fans. And you just not know how to. I don't know, is it expensive to go to the games or not? That's my question.
No, they're about the same as the UFL. I think we got seats for like $30 a piece in American money. And it was like maybe a little bit more in Canadian. But I think the problem is when they say they don't have money, it's only because the ownership group owns too many doggone teams. They own pretty much almost every team that you mentioned, Phil, except for the Blue Jays. I mean, they're Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. I mean, obviously they own the Maple Leafs. They own the Raptors. They own the Marlins. They own the Toronto Scepters, the PWHL. They own this WNBA team. I think they're called Tempo or something like that. Toronto FC.
Yeah.
And the Argos. And probably, I think they have a women's soccer team they own too. They own too many doggone teams. I saw myself near Washington with the Capitals and the Wizards. It's like you have money to either make one team good or the other team good, or you make both of them kind of meh, But when you have like 9 teams like that, and plus, God knows what else they own, Bill. I mean, it's
like the Penguins when a couple of years ago they owned the Fenway Sports Company owned the Pittsburgh Penguins, and it's more money and all that, but guess what? The Penguins wasn't their top option. Obviously, it's the Red Sox, Bruins, and others, and LeBron James himself. And pretty much Penguins is in the back. Everyone gets a piece of the pie, and Penguins get the crust. And I never understand this, like, how they not funding the Pittsburgh Penguins at that time. You got two of the great, and this is my opinion because this is my bias. You got two of the greatest hockey players, one of the two of the greatest hockey players of all times, and you're not making no money out of it. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
And the same thing to Toronto Argonauts. I can sell you the Toronto Argonauts to CFL. Like, hey, you come to CFL, you will see one of the best best and oldest organization in football club history. They are the top team that won all these championships. And guess what? They just won one a couple years. They got one of the best. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And guess what? We got one of the best stadiums in the league. We also share the league to one of the best soccer players in the team. So guess what? Come to our stadium and see us beat some teams.
Right.
And they just don't know how to sell it. And it's sad because half of Toronto is the same size as New York City, and yet 60% of people know anything about the Argonauts.
Right. And a lot of people I talk to, though, they don't like BMO. They think it's like just a cheap metal. I liked it. I mean, it reminded me of Audi Field in D.C., but I don't know. There's a lot of people, they want a bigger stadium. I think they want an NFL team, and I don't know. It's just, it's a weird vibe, though. I mean, it's like when I went there, Phil, I mean, they had won the Grey Cup the year before. They had Grey Cup merchandise, like, knocked off. I mean, I got a replica Grey Cup ring for like $13, and this thing is nicer than a high school ring a real high school ring that I had. You know, and granted, it doesn't have any diamonds or anything, but I mean, it looks badass. You know, and he had like pennants they were knocked down. They had a starter jersey with the championship logo. The only reason I didn't get it is because it was medium, but it was $55. I mean, I don't know.
You go to Saskatchewan, and they won last year. Everything cost 3 times more.
Oh, sure. Because they have a rabid fan base that'll buy it. Tell you what, Phil, if I hit Powerball, though, I don't know, I might call up Wayne Gretzky and be like, hey, man, you want to own the Argos again? So.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. How much, I'm worried about it. This the problem is, I hate to say this word, say this team fold. Can the league survive without Toronto in the league? You know? Makes
you wonder. Unless TSN moves to Vancouver. I don't know.
I don't know how, and I feel like in '85 when Montreal was folded, I feel like it was dark times for the CFL between 85 to 90 until 90, where John Candy brought Toronto. And don't get me wrong, there's some great games in '88, '89 in the Grey Cup, but you lost all the French Canadian fan base because they don't have a team anymore.
Right.
I feel like this is what I feel like it's kind of like Montreal and Ottawa. If they lose the team, everyone in that whole town will be crying for a team.
Right. And they lost, as you said, Montreal's also, Ottawa's lost a couple of teams too, so yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now Ottawa's here to stay, and that's good. But the fact is, I feel like it's kind of like, it's like St. Louis. St. Louis lost a team to Arizona in football. And they cried and cried and got a football team. They finally got a football team. Now, ownership, they see there's owners are greedy.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But what I'm trying to say is when the team's gone, you know this feeling. When the team is gone, you want anything possible to have a team back.
Sure.
And you got some of the fans, and you probably have some fans that really didn't really care much about the Colts in the '80s because it was like their bad years in the early '80s, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. They had some really. There was one year where they were winless. They were like the Detroit Lions. They were putrid. Yeah.
And you was more like, okay, Orioles season, here we come.
Yeah, pretty much.
And once the people was complaining about it, whatever, it's like for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh cry about how much they hate the Pirates. how much they can't stand the Pirates because our owner's cheap. And I get it. The owner is cheap. But I hear stupid stuff like saying people say, "Oh, let's get rid of the Pirates. I hope they move. I hope they get out of here."
Especially after they built one of the nicest stadiums in baseball. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have another one. Yes.
Yeah. It's like when the Pittsburgh Penguins had their dark ages in the early 2000s. They was this close moving to Kansas City.
Oh,
Kansas City already built. What's up?
Yeah, you're right. I was going to say Kansas City already built a new arena. They were ready for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the 11:59, Lemieux made a deal to keep him in Pittsburgh. And the rest was history.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, this is the people of Toronto. Whoever is a fan of the Argonauts, or who's from Toronto, whoever listened to this, or whoever listened to Canada, I know you're a big Argon fans, and we thank you. But the fact is, we need to find a way to get these people in Toronto get all hype up about it. And maybe it's the owners, maybe it's TSN, maybe it's the commissioner. I don't know. But the fact is, two of your big cities is like fifth best in their city.
Right.
And that's a problem.
Fifth best is optimistic. They're not. I mean, they're like second or third in their own stadium, kind of like the Defenders are with all the soccer teams that play in their field. But I think it's more the ownership, though, because I really didn't. I mean, other than the stadium itself, Bill, I only saw one place that sold Argos merch. I only saw one restaurant that had like old Argos memorabilia. The rest is, I mean, the Blue Jays, they were red hot then, you know, and they were Team Canada pretty much. But it was like I went into this one store, I bought an Argos hat, I bought like a bunch of like Christmas ornaments with Canada and stuff like that, and then I didn't buy this, but they sold Montreal Expos hats. They had Expos gear as much of that as they did the Argos.
Yeah, and the problem is the CFL as a whole is the merchandise it's so hard to find in these big cities.
Yeah.
I went to Montreal. It was hard to find Alouette stuff.
Huh.
I went to Toronto. I had to go to almost a side store. Like, you can't go to Champs, you can't go to Foot Locker, you can't get no Argos stuff. You had to go like a side sports store to get an Argonaut jersey. And in the jersey you want, you have to customize the jerseys.
Right.
You know? Now, I guess it's a Canada thing. Everyone like those no numbers jersey, and that's their thing.
That kind of surprised me too. I've seen that on a lot of sites, but I guess it makes sense. So it's like, you know, if they trade away your favorite player, you don't have like an outdated jersey. I get that, but yeah, for football you need numbers. You know, baseball, basketball, and hockey jerseys you can get away with it because you have the big logos up front, but football you usually don't have that.
Yeah, college football, you can have a jersey with no name with numbers, you know. But but like I say, like you need there's no accessibility, and I get it. We're living in an internet world, and you can just buy any internet. But the fact is, there's hardly any. I'll put any money. There's hardly any advertisement about Argonauts in that whole area.
And in that city, Phil, all other teams have. They have an NBA. I guess it's Reebok. I don't know who their shoe carrier is now, but they had an NBA store there. The Hockey Hall of Fame. God, you can get all kinds of hockey. I can get any team that has ever played in the NHL, even ones that don't anymore. I mean, they have you get like Oakland Seals and Hartford Whalers T-shirts and hats and stuff in the Hockey Hall of Fame store. But yeah, it's.
Now Now, I got a question for you, and you might not know this answer. Now, do they have, is it like NFL and NBA and all the other sports, do CFL have local rights, or you have to, like, pretty much pay cable to watch this? That's my question.
I think up there you do. It's probably just basic cable, like TSN or, stuff like that there. But here's the thing. I noticed this if you come in within America, if you have like a cell phone that's based in America, they have good towers. I don't know what your carrier is. Mine's T-Mobile. And I was able to get good reception and everything, but I could only get things that were in the United States. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
They had, at the Argos game, they had a promotion for pizza. You hit this bar, scan this code, and you get like a free slice of pizza or something. I was in the stadium, Phil, and they told me it is not valid in your country. Meaning they think my cell phone was still in Baltimore. It's like stuff like that. And it's like, there's like a brewery up there that sold memorabilia for Rush, because they have their own beer and t-shirts and stuff. I was going to try to buy them because I didn't know we'd be able to go to the brewery. They were like, only available in Canada. I'm in my condo in Toronto overlooking Rogers Center. What do you mean only in Canada? But, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you go on the website, I get it, you want Canada people to get it, but if you're gonna put it out there, and I want to apply too, so I want the chance to win too.
Well, Americans, what I would recommend is if you keep your American phone, if the game's on CFL Plus, you can watch it on your phone. Or if you have Paramount Plus, you can watch it on CBS Sports Network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and I feel like that's the thing, and I feel like the key to this is Toronto, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope Toronto don't get folded. Yeah. And this is coming from a Cat fan,
Right, yeah, you just want, because you still want that rivalry and stuff. No, I get that.